All right, so I've got a burst, whatever PVC pipe underneath the house that runs to the sump or the holding tank. And I went to go investigate. I was going to take a look at what kind of screws or what kind of bit I needed to take the screws off the plywood to let it dry off. And right here, what I found in the slop that's running down is worms. It's disgusting. So that means the bigger ones are in us and they're filling our stool with their little babies, sending them off into the world. I cut my throat open and used tweezers and ripped and pulled, and there's a big one inside of me, and I guess I'm kind of okay with that. I've been led to believe it's like a Gaul worm from Stargate. It's my alien symbiote that makes me so damn special. I don't know how true that is, but I can believe it. Because the things I can do, no one else talks about being able to do. It's just, when I cut this worm out, I actually took a video. I didn't post it, but I do have a video of like the dripping blood out of my neck and just this mirror just spattered with worm casing carcass shit, and two very unique types of blood. There's like my blood and its blood all over this mirror. I have a video of it, and I'm glad I took that video because, well, I went to the Marathorpe Hospital to see my doctor with a pill bottle with a fucking great big chunk, two great big chunks and some little bits to give him a sample. And he says, "You can wait." And I lost my temper a little bit. I told him, I got this fucking worm in me, alien or not, I don't know. And I said, you need to do something. I'm leaving this right here on the counter. Figure it out. And because I raised my voice, I spent a month in the mental hospital. And that sample was never talked about, was never dealt with, nothing. I don't really know what's going on. I know what I've put together, what I can figure out, what I understand, like what I saw last night. Just like on my website, where I'm not supposed to talk about it. Not yet. It's been a long time since I actually posted and shared a video, but I do. I put videos up all the time, and I make them private or unlisted or whatever. So like I've got over 100, but you know, I stopped after the first year or whatever. I just stopped making them public. Why? Because Beyond the Veil is watching. Everyone else is watching. You puppies, get out of there. Promise. Come here. Come here. Promise. Nimbus. Come here, Nimbus. Oh. I can't even begin to describe the journey I've been on up here, in here. Things are a lot better than they used to be. I used to get tortured by well, if you're like me, you can stare into the sun. Middle of the day, no clouds. Stare into it. And I've been doing it for so long that I don't even know if that's what it is, or it's just a coincidence, right? But a lot of people that I know claim they hear voices. They talk to others. They hear voices in their head, right? My psychiatrist years ago wrote down on paper that I'm a schizophrenic that hears voices. I have never heard voices a day in my life. Never. But I wrote a really, really, really fucking, well, kind of scary book. But it's just something you got to embrace and realize that, just heap it all up. Heap all the shit into a big pile and make it look daunting and perilous. And then climb over it. And all of a sudden, it's beautiful on the other side. You know? I wrote a second book, but I'm not going to publish it. I'm in the process of publishing the first one, and I think that's as much as anyone can put on their plate at once. And I got a website now, and if people are really curious and they want to know what's happening in the second book, stepping farther into surrealism, madness, and extremes beyond fathomability, right? Fathomability. Yeah, they might be torchbearers and they might be ready to climb. But things that I've put together, it would terrify a lot of people. It would change a lot. It would. I think it's inevitably going to kind of expose itself or whatever. I never really imagined, like, I've been saying it for a long time, but when I say your thoughts or energies put into the universe or brought in from the universe, right? In your mind, are you really controlling your thoughts? Or are you just listening, thinking you're thinking, right? It's a struggle. It's a struggle. And once you can get past these things and you can like truly be sovereign, then literally, because because of the way it works, imagine like you're a little kid, right? And you arm wrestle dad. And dad goes, oh, and you beat dad. And you think you're awesome and you won an arm wrestle and you're so proud of yourself, right? But it was dad who let you win the arm wrestle, right? So that's how a lot of my abilities work between me and God, right? Like I pick a cloud like that one. And I hold my hands up for a while and I can see the vapors and like I don't know what you call it, radiation or whatever from my fingertips and everything, especially like from here to here. You can see like a line. It's almost like a slide of glass. You can see the two panes or something with gas vapor effect or something. But I can make clouds disintegrate. I can make them do all sorts of cool things. I can draw like I have like a paintbrush, and I can do things. It's amazing. Stars, whatever. But the point is I can only do these things because it's hard to explain. I guess I was chosen for this. I was forged through all of this for a reason, and I'm not miserable anymore. I'm not furious anymore. I'm not trying to like seek validation anymore. Yet here I am making another video, right? So in a way, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, right? I just showed on the camera physical proof of worms that were coming out of my stool because of my leaking house. See this on my face? Right there? Well, there was a huge swell, and I poked it, and it got nervous, and it climbed up in under my eye. And so I had to spend a whole night with my finger jammed in the corner of my eye, pushing down really, really hard till I bruised the little bastard, and he crawled back down this way. There's a chance that these worms, they're symbiotic. There's a chance that they were collecting all the shit from all my smoking and drinking and partying, and they were gathering it and turning it into like a cyst or a boil for me to squeeze out through the skin. There's a chance that they're little helper worms. But there's also a chance that we are unwitting vessels to all sorts of manipulation and experimentation and other shuns. The hospital wouldn't help me. They locked me up in a psych ward when I gave them physical proof. Cops either yes sir, no sir me, because they kind of like, some of them have like taken a peek at the book, and they get something bigger's going on. And yeah, some of them are great guys. They're really great guys. They all treat me pretty decently ever since the last time they arrested me for some bullshit. Didn't do it, but they've come into my house without anyone making a phone call, anyone, and been like, we're gonna take you to the psych ward again, just because like I was getting tortured for a while. It was part of my crafting, forging, whatever, and it was aggravating as hell, because you could feel like the ribbons, the tendrils touching you. So then they'd like go into your ear or make your mouth taste all funny, or there'd be like a little chunk of something like almost like gravel in your mouth, right? And it would just appear there and stuff. And then I knew it was coming, and it would get really painful. There would be, I don't know how to explain it. So I was mad. And I was smashing the desk when I was like getting hurt, instead of being a tough guy and just fucking taking it because it's part of the process, right? I'd have outbursts. But my wife never called anybody. I never called anybody. If my house is bugged, so what? So what? I know right now, that there is invisible entities. Well, almost invisible, unless you're like me. And it's imagine like a little tiny like red laser light, but it's fuzzy or whatever. And then just imagine like reality, like, well, it's like thousands of ribbons floating out of this core around this little red light, and it floats around and touches you and influences you and compels you. It mostly observes you. And not everyone has to get tortured by space ghosts, right? But if you answer the calling and you're one of the chosen ones who have to go through the darkness, if you're gonna step forward and be a pillar, a leader of society, of communities, you're gonna have to take some shit. You're gonna have to. I'm not doing this alone. I'm just ahead, but I'm also behind. It's still impossible to explain that I'm ahead, but I'm behind. I'm leading the way while slipped beneath, right? It's almost every single conversation that I have is well, it used to be unbearable, but now I finally like had a eureka last night, and or the day before, and I can just accept it. I can accept it now. Gives me an opportunity to laugh and appreciate the beauty of things and realize that my circumstances are just like, they're all right. They're all right. I got a home. I don't like how it's just so that I could go through some more like profound revelations and stuff, and run through some motions and endure a few things in the last month and a half. A complete load of bullshit, made up crap about my life and myself were just fabricated out of nothing, just like all sorts of hocus pocus bullshit that happens in my life. They took my baby away. And I think it's kind of like a double-edged knife. Like, maybe it's so that I could have explored these I don't know, hostile learning environments without a baby in the house. And maybe it's also because the dialogue and the energy and everything else going on around me and in this home is too much for a little baby, right? I want her to grow up to be one of the happiest, fun-loving, joyful creatures that this world has ever seen. I want her to know a side of kindness and gentility from me that I haven't shown in years. I want to be a great dad because that little girl is special, like me. She just doesn't know what she's capable of yet, but I'll show her how to drag the moon across the sky by the time she's 12. And I'll make sure she's reading books. Lots of books. You know, I can't control her. I can ask her questions when she brings things up. I can maybe learn how to ask the right questions so that she hears her own echo and starts to understand the sense of self that we all pursue. And I don't want to be attached to this world of deception and illusion. Like just the other day, yesterday, my buddy was like, I got a flat tire, bro, blah blah blah. So I up and ran to go help him. And you know, it was all so that it could tell a story for the invisible watchers. And I'm pretty sure that instead of all that stuff having to run back to his house and try to find tires and put them in the front yard, and they were already worn out and wired and everything, and like the things he told me too, right? Is he my buddy? No, he told me to my face yesterday that he's just been lying to me, and I'm gonna find out, right? But I just rolled with it because that's my life. That's my life. And I told him I respected him and whatever, but I'm pretty sure, I'm almost could almost bet on it, that all we needed to do was put air in that tire and he could have drove on off. But instead he had me go knock on some house's door, me do it instead of him, right? And the door swings open and it looks like a fucking trap house or some biker hangout or whatever, kind of derelict and abandoned. And I went on the property, knocked on the door, but the door swung open and it was like shit, right? So did that. And I'm just tired. It's my gullibility, right? But I got fucking drunk yesterday, so I wasn't thinking. I lowered my guard. I made an oath for myself, because that's what I do. I swig back a 40 and I try to avoid the ugly parts of being a chosen one, right? But I can't even get drunk, but I can get a little bit stupefied, right? But I'm sober now, and I mean it, and I'm gonna try so hard. A lot of people in my life, for some reason, I'm not even making this up. If I'm like, I'm sober, they literally pour powdered drugs into my glass of water, or they blast their pipe and just blow it. Don't even smoke it. They just blow it out, and they do it behind my shoulder when I'm not paying attention. So all of a sudden I'm sitting in a cloud of drugs after trying to be sober, right? It's just what's been happening to me for fucking years. And I guess I'm part of it. Like I'm the one orchestrating this. I'm an author, actor. Like I'm like a playwright to my own stage. So I'm ahead, but I'm behind. I'm infinite being having human experience, built as a god living as a mortal husk, right? It's fucked. But the thing is anybody can be anything they want, because if you can think it and you can conceive it, you can definitely achieve it, right? I didn't know what kind of power flows through us when we choose to be conduits for these entities, for these extra dimensional things, right? I ain't scared of shit, but I've seen some scary shit. Angels, I think. When the things I see in people's eyes too, right? Like I've seen the same person with like blue, vibrant, gold shimmering eyes, and then I've seen them another time and they're black as midnight, their whole eyes. They're not contacts, just transformation. Maybe we can even look at mine. Last time I tried to look in my eyes, I saw mountains and a hand. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? So anyways, I'm just at this part where I'm like, if I've got one giant fucking worm in my gut, right? That's why I can fit size 36 jeans, but I'm 278 fucking pounds. Does that make sense to anyone? Does that? Last time I weighed myself, I was like 222. And I never even changed pant sizes. So, yeah, I call it a Gaul worm. I call it my alien symbiote. The octopus piloting the human mech, right? So I'm a little bit different. It's just these little guys inside of me. Are they cleaning up, or are they just shitting under my skin? And last time I went to the doctors, they did an MRI on me because they wanted to see how it's attached to my nervous stem or something like that, but wouldn't tell me shit. Wouldn't tell me shit. It's okay. I'm not miserable. Like I'm coming off miserable, but I'm through it. I'm actually through it. Life can be so damn beautiful, but I've exposed myself to every vulnerability, the sieging of any narrative in my mind, and I've endured. The whole world tried to crush me over and over and over and over again, and it did. It pulverized me to fucking sand, and then it superheated me, and my own internal inferno, my indomitable sense of crack on soldier, right? It melted it down, and I reformed it. And now I got this crystal ball, this seer stone, this pearl. And it's pure fucking magic. It's pure magic. I don't think the whole world will ever be where I'm at, but I really wish it was like that. But I mean, there's some bad people out there. There's some bad people out there. And what I'm afraid of is like, the reason I'm not publishing my second book is because if the wrong people got their hands on my second book, then they would be like walking warheads. They could rise up so high and so deviously that they could destroy communities or enslave them or whatever. I mean, we're just fucking normal human beings, thought me a few years ago. I mean, like, we're flesh, we're dirt. I was an atheist till I was like 33 years old. Really, I thought I was a really intelligent guy, really clever for almost everyone that I knew and talked to in my circle, people I associated with. They all said I was smart, or at least sounded it. And then I threw this, or I became the tip of the spear of truth. Because the way that with this head behind thing, you got to think of it as, no, you don't have to do shit. I'm just explaining. Is the whole spear gets heaved back by the athlete and then flung forward. So that back end energy, it's all built up in the rod, the shaft, whatever. And then the tip of the spear is what pokes through the veil, right? Spear of truth. Just throw it through the veil, shine a light. The audience sees. from beyond, right? And as the tip of the spear, I am the last part of the spear to understand the kinetic force. So all the weight of the spear was already in momentum when I hitched on and became the tip of it. I got dragged through this. There's people that know things that, well, yeah, it would blow your fucking mind. It really would. It would blow your mind. And, you know, I'm still like, I check out the internet, like a Facebook news feed or whatever. I stopped doing that so much because I am so locked in. Like, the synchronicity is ridiculous. There's, like, what was going on in my head last night when I chose to watch The Little Mermaid with my sweetheart. Like, the song she sang and how she spoke about what is fire and how does it burn and what I just witnessed and everything. Like, it tells me stories that are layers between layers, right? So media and music and shit like that is sometimes just like almost unbearable, but sometimes it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Be careful with music. Like, words can be weapons or tools, right? You want them to be tools. You want them to empower you. You can listen to music or absorb media that damages you. And yeah, being exposed to it for a certain duration and certain increments and different balances and checks with other things, it's a great way to give yourself your spiritual fortitude is needing like exposure therapy. It needs the exposure therapy. So you find that with music a lot, right? Build your playlist carefully. And when somebody is blasting something, because like I've been exposed to pure music saturation for years now, and form a mantra in your head. If you're hearing a song that says you're a piece of shit or a traitor or you weren't good enough or you fell down and blah, 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 and that's what the song is saying to you. And it's not just because you're a vulnerable, susceptible little pussy. It's because space ghosts run their tendrils down the nerves in your spine and everything like that. They crank their fucking super science dials. And you feel extreme emotions attached to the lyrics in a resonating or reverberating way that is almost incomprehensible. Like, this music hits you hard. It's designed to etch into your mind and soul. Music can like liberate nations or indoctrinate them. It can do that. And if you play every song in the right order, you can unlock the source code. All right. And once you're there, you start to understand how, like, this needle with this fishing line I got here, that's right in front of these dog bones under a bench, it like tells me something that I don't need to get into right now, because visuals, symbology, whatever. I can move the fucking clouds. And maybe I shouldn't talk about the stars, but yeah. Because I earned it on my end, and the power flows through me. I channel energy. It's like I'm a conduit, right? And there's almost nothing that I can imagine I can't get done. I can't fly. I can't fly. But I can use my hands in certain ways, and even I shouldn't talk about all this stuff, no. I am not doing this alone. I am not going to be some hoity-toity, fucking self-righteous, dominion holding God, right? I am going back down the hill and I'm picking up the watering can at base camp. So as I go back up watering saplings, bushes, roses, right? A bunch of people who are on this, who understand this, have already been preparing and mentoring for years, and a small portion of the world is right around where I'm at. We're gonna wake up everybody we can, and if it's not enough, we're gonna just keep plowing, keep growing, stepping beside each other, and going shoulder to shoulder, right? So you got a circle, and you're all looking out, covering all the peripherals, right? Well, every time you march forward, you got to get two more guys. So you take a step forward, and then you put someone on your left and your right, and that fills in the gaps in the circle. And we keep growing like that. We never stop until eventually we're at a critical mass or a climax, and we can go, okay, all this turning of the wheel, all this bullshit that's keeping people distracted and like stupid, believing things that, we need to spend a generation or two of like preparing rituals and ceremonies and pursuits of academia and stuff that can replace all the stupid shit that people believe because they were told it, right? It's funny because like I've cured diabetes using my mind and my communication. Not my own diabetes, but someone else's. However, occasionally they bring it up. I'm like, well, take your insulin, but they don't. They don't, because they know better. They know better. Think about it. How does a tiny little vial, a little needle go poke? It pokes your belly or pokes your ass or pokes your leg. How does that run through the entire body and adjust the sugar levels within 15 minutes? How does, aside from antibiotics, how does a stupid little pill do what it does, right? There's blood thinners, there's antibiotics, and then there's pills that go in and affect your brain and your mind, and then there's pills that go in and isolate spasms and muscles. Half of that shit is God science doing it, making you think the medication is doing the job. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who wrote a book so powerful he got put in a mental hospital. He got a cover story. So I'm a schizophrenic, according to my doctors. But I'm also Legion Commander for as long as I have to be. It's just a fucking hat, all right? It's a hat. I'm me. I'm someone else. There's a lot more to me, and I wish I could share my other book. And I hope some people one day will approach me and say, I'm ready to take that step. And if I can trust them, I'll let them read it. But I got a third and fourth book happening too. Why? Because if I ain't writing, I ain't doing my fucking job. I've been through hell, stamped out a fucking path in the flames for others to follow. And I've got a community that's building around me, that's there for me. They know I'm serious, and they know this shit is real. And we keep working and grinding and conversing subtly. And I mean, we're the army of one people, one voice, one desire. And it's going to be love. Love is going to win. Love has already won. But hate's gonna go down kicking and fucking screaming. I can't control all the demons in this world like I thought I could. Bad people do bad things. And some of them are monsters that I would love to just put my work boot on their head and be done with them. But we can't. We can't. Even the monsters, they go on an island that they can't get off. And it doesn't have to be light versus dark. Like, the darkness serves the light. The light is born in darkness, right? Like, without the light, you can't see what beauty is, right? You can't see or understand visuals or symbology. Without darkness, you can't birth a dream. You can't grow a seed unless it's under the dirt, right? So there's a perfect balance between light and dark. And they will fucking dance with each other probably long after humans are extinct. On this world, in this reality. But they'll still be there. But it doesn't have to be up, down, hot, cold. Sad, mad, happy, bored. None of that. Like a roller coaster. Going around tying and untying knots. Playing a radio. Or transmitting a signal. Instead of this up, down, we can plot a course and a little bit of knot work. I gotta learn how to do knots better. Bowline's a great knot. That's a great knot. I'm the captain of the ship, ladies and gentlemen, and I've decided what we're doing. We're sailing, and then we're gonna tear apart half the boat when we get to the shore and build a lighthouse waiting for the next ship. And then we're gonna go into the wilderness and we're gonna reload that boat and we're gonna go sailing again and again and again and again and again and again and again until this single crumb that is humanity is a bountiful loaf dispersing the infinite, limitless potential. I still don't know if this is a facility or a matrix reality. I don't know if the nexus between these infinite corridors are connected like one way. Like that sun, right? Maybe it's like an Ethernet cable. That's the crown of God, right? And there's thousands of angels swarming around it. It's a portal. The moon? Could be. They're more than just virtual reality projections because, like, we're made out of biomass. And yeah, in my opinion, all biological life is technically AI, but we're not. We're not spiritual entities. We're vessels for the spiritual entities, right? But that's where it comes from. We're infinite beings having a human experience. Our spirits can like live in us, through us, around us, on us. It's the mitosis of God energy. And it's the Hydra of Legion. So that we've got duplication and recreation over and over and over again in two different directions, right? Well, not two different directions, but like a piano player who like just nails it with hitting keys really, really far apart in a nice sequence. So I chose humanity. I chose the mortal path. So many of us don't have to choose the mortal path. You guys want to walk around like vampires or fucking teleport and shit? Do it. But I chose to be a man. I just have superpowers. And I started watching the TV show Legion, and isn't it funny that he was a schizophrenic and he thought he had all these problems? I just started watching it, and I got diagnosed with schizophrenia because I heard voices, says the lying doctor. So I'm a playwright to my own stage. I'm an arcane author. I'm a narrator of reality. I'm an asshole. And I have a really gentle side too. I just want love. Just want love and peace. I want peace. But I know no matter what I say or what I explain, no matter what I do, everyone's going to have their own perspective on things. Everyone's going to see the world a little bit differently. And people are going to slander. Like, if you're doing something right, then you're going to get hated. People are going to hate you. That's just how it works. If you're making change, if you're ruffling feathers, you're doing something that's working. And you're going to get all the resistance the universe can throw at you. But once you realize, when you start climbing that hill, when you take this path, once you realize that no matter where you go, it's just you and God. It doesn't really matter the opinions that come from other people. If you can just answer to yourself and grow from the struggle, if you can harness the pain into something like fuel for fire. And now my dogs both just decided to jump the fence, I think. No, they didn't this time. That's it. It's you versus the guy in the mirror. And everyone else, we're just there for you. Because I don't know how to explain it any better than this, but when your soul is tested and you pass, then you have no enemies. You have no enemies. So it's up to you to become your own enemy so you can stay sharp up here, right? You gotta beat yourself up if you think you're doing something wrong, be all a little bit remorseful or have a sense of guilt or shame or something, right? You can't just, just keep going without balance. You gotta toe the line. And I'm gonna publish this first book because I think the world can handle it. I'm probably gonna have to do a second draft, clean it up, because it's just a fucking compiled manuscript. It doesn't have all the proper grammar and structure and coherence and streamlining and whatever going on. I just started journaling when my life got so fucked up, and I was trying to tell everyone around me, but they were too busy telling me what I needed to know, but it was just so that they could be heard. I was trying to talk about something really serious, and it turns out I was right, and that's why I was chosen. I'm a leader, but I'm not like a normal kind of leader. I'm a leader because I'm pioneering. I'm a leader because I have rare opportunities to empower real leaders around me. I'm a leader because I never gave up and I didn't take nobody's shit. Even though I've been a gopher and a nice guy, and I've been duped so many times. I've walked into catastrophe because of scenarios that I wasn't aware of. Just like the other day or yesterday when my buddy summoned me for a flat tire that he probably just deflated to get me out there so I could perform like a fucking rodeo clown, right? It's okay. It's okay. I'll just stop associating with that style, I'll have less and less and less in my circle, but I'll keep a few around so I stay humble. Nobody's perfect, but the gift that we can be given is damn near. It's damn near. Ink is the blood of God. If you earn it and you can prove that you understand what He wants for you, you can show your dedication and devotion, selflessness, enthusiasm, altruism, and all the other beautiful words out there. If you can hold strong amidst the peril, and then you'll be rewarded. You can literally pick up a pen once you've proven it and write your own destiny. Don't think about it, write it down. Don't think about it, write it down. Don't think about it, write it down.